just want to disagree respectfully with one thing you said. You're not 47 miles surrounded by reality. You are 47 miles of reality, in my opinion. It's a great city. It's a leader in public transportation here, a leader in waste reduction, a leader in solar, one of the first cities to acknowledge that global climate change is real and begin to do something about it. So thank you, Mayor Gavin Newsom, and the entire city for your wonderful leadership. Thank you very much. I'm here to also thank Oracle for choosing this city for the meeting. It's the place to be, of course, for a number of reasons, not the least of which is it's a great place to have a meeting this size, and Moscone Center is the perfect place for that. They're not new to the idea of having a sustainable meeting of this size. They can deal with all the waste that comes with it, minimize that waste, and the hotels are all mindful of waste reduction, what have you. It's the best city for public transportation around. You can get anywhere without the shuttles and all the vehicles that are normally needed for transportation at something this size. So thank you very much, Southwood Cats, who I'm about to introduce in a moment, and Messrs. Ellison and Phillips for that leadership of picking San Francisco for those very reasons. And of course, for doing it not just these few days a year, but doing the kind of sustainable things that they are doing at Oracle the other 360 days a year. Thank you, Oracle. And you're going to learn more about that. You're going to learn about what Oracle is doing and what they intend to do. We have a couple of things for you to do here. We have the Green Marketplace. You can see some of the partners like PG&E, who just put one of the largest solar arrays ever up, Pacific Gas and Electric. You can see partners like that in the IBM, business partners that you have with Oracle now. And in the center, I saw this wonderful display at the Green Marketplace. You can see other green vendors that will be there in this Green Marketplace arena. You can see a lot of what's going on where people are doing well by doing good. That's important to know. And the green sessions. We have these green room sessions. The green program will have great breakout sessions and meetings, little mini meetings over at the Yerba Buena Center about important things like global climate change, waste reduction, energy use at home, energy use in your business, and what you can do to have a lower carbon footprint and minimize waste in every way. Electrical waste, natural gas waste, waste of different resources. And for those of you who don't know, I've been doing this for 38 years. I started doing this in 1970, the first Earth Day. That's when I started recycling, that's when I started composting, that's when I started doing all these green things that I do today. And the most important thing I want to tell you about that, I did it in 1970, and when I did it in 1970, you can imagine what my acting career was back 38 years ago. I didn't have an acting career. I was a struggling actor. I had very little money. I did it all very cheaply. I did it within my budget. And that's what we can do today. I quickly learned doing all this stuff I did in 1970. It was not only good for the environment, it was good for my bottom line. It is not jobs versus the environment. It is not the economy versus the environment. It is the economy and the environment. We can have both, and we've proven that in the state of California. People talked about reducing the smog back in 1970 when I got involved in this, and from 1970 to date, for those of you who do not know this fact, 1970 to date, we have 4 times the amount of cars in the city of LA. We don't have quite the public transportation system you do here with BART and in San Francisco. 4 times the cars in LA, yet we have half the smog. And the state did not go broke. Nobody went broke doing it. People prospered, because guess what? Business people like to breathe clean air too. They want their children to breathe clean air, and they want their grandchildren to breathe clean air. People said we would go broke if we did this. It was jobs versus the environment. It was not. Why? Because there's money to be made with clean technologies. There were jobs in those years that we cleaned up the air the most in the state of California and in the LA basin. Jobs making catalytic converters and combined cycle gas turbines, all the many things that we did to clean up the smog in LA. We still have a lot of work to do. Don't go home saying, Ed said we've fixed the smog problem in LA. We have not, but we've proven that we can do it. I've proven that we can do it in my own life. Everything that I did for the environment starting in 1970, it was good for the environment, all these green measures, and they were all good for my pocketbook, because I did them in a sustainable way. I did what I could afford. And in each step of the way, I saved more money and invested more. Now, I know that solar power works because it runs my house and charges my electric car. I know that wind power works. I've had a wind turbine since 1985. This technology works. Gavin Newsom is proving it every day. Look at the financial strength of this wonderful city of San Francisco. This can be mirrored Oracle is doing very well too. Just posted, what, 28 cents a share? You guys are doing okay, and you're going to do even better by doing the right thing. It's my pleasure now to introduce a woman who's helping to make all this possible. Welcome, please, your CFO. Welcome, Safra Katz. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ed. It's really great to have him here. Imagine way back when he built his house in such a way that it was completely sustainable and self-sustaining, and really led for everyone else the right thing to do. And you know, we here at Oracle, every single open world, we try a little harder. You'll see everywhere you go, you'll get to see many of our green initiatives. And I think what you're going to see is they actually make life easier. It'll be a lot better not to cart around all that collateral and just email it to yourself so you can read it and search it. There are many, many little things like that that I think are going to make a great big difference, and we're going to wonder why we didn't always do it that way.